What is going on, YouTube? Reidboyy on Twitch, back again with a new update. Season 3.5 Reloaded just dropped, and with that, the close range meta, the whole meta for all of Warzone has shifted, has changed. Finally, after months and months and months of the HRM being the top best SMG, the #1 close range gun, the meta has shifted, and it is crazy. It is way different now. So finally, after months of begging, we have spiced things up, and we have a new best close range option. So we're going to go through and break down the top 5 best close range guns to use in Warzone Season 3.5 Reloaded, mainly focusing on Rebirth Island. I know that's where all the hype is. That's what I've been playing recently. So right away, we're going to start with number 5. I'm going to throw some honorable mentions real quick because number 5 was very close. Very close. I've used a bunch of the different SMGs. I've used a bunch of the different close range guns since the update dropped. I'm very close for the number 5 spot on the list for the WSP9, the Striker, and the Ram 9 as well. All three of these are very, very similar to each other. They're good. They're very good. I just would not put them at the absolute top tier because the next 4 guns ahead of these are definitely hands down better. For my ranking of number 5, I'm putting the WSP9. This thing did just catch a big buff in the Season 3.5 Reloaded update. It cut the sprint to fire in half, and that was one of the biggest downsides of the WSP9 is it felt like you had a little delay to your reaction time because the open bolt takes you a split second to shoot, so it makes you react a little bit slower. They cut that in half, which makes this thing way more usable, way faster, way just in general better. So the #1 class setup we are rocking for the WSP9 is an almost max movement speed build. Almost maximum movement speed. We are rocking the Hiss short light barrel. That is giving you some more sprint to fire. That cuts it down, as you can see, 56 milliseconds. Way faster than what it was. This also gives you a little bit of tactical sprint speed. We're rocking the old reliable underbarrel, the DR6 hand stop. Again, more strafe speed of sprint to fire, ADS speed, general quickness. This hand stop is our go-to underbarrel for pretty much everything. 50 round mag, as big as it gets, as many bullets as you can get, especially when I run around solo trio, solo quadding. This is definitely something that you want. Any sight, whatever sight you prefer. I personally do not like the iron sights in the WSP9. I feel like this thing needs a sight. This is the only gun that I like, the NIDAR model 2023, the nipple sight, as I call it. This is the only gun where I just feel like the way it bounces, this sight feels better than any of the other ones. But it's all personal preference with sights. Whatever sight you prefer, go rock that thing. And then we're rocking the WSP factory stock. So the max movement speed build will be the no stock. With this thing, it just bounces too much. It bounces too much, and with this thing shooting as slow as it does, that's probably the biggest drawback of it, is if you miss a bullet or two, that drastically cuts down how good the gun is. No stock, with how bouncy it is, makes it just a little too bouncy. So the factory stock gives you that movement speed, gives you a little bit of extra tactical sprint speed to make you faster, quicker with the sub, better movement, without giving you that 40% extra recoil that you don't want. So factory stock is the vibe. This is the #1 best WSP9 SMG build, the number 5 on our list. On to number 4, we are rocking the Striker 9. This was my early prediction. This is the gun that I thought was going to be the best close range gun. I thought this was going to be the SMG meta before the update dropped. That was my guess. Stay tuned for the top 3. They're kind of crazy. There's some you're not going to believe, because this thing right here, best SMG in the game. I'm not joking when I say that. The Striker 9, we are rocking. This is a maximum movement speed build here. This is going to allow you to do some crazy finesse, some solo squad demon movement squad wipes. We are rocking the Striker stubby barrel. Again, strafe speed, sprint to fire, ADS speed. That's the main things that we're stacking up on this setup right here. The DR6 hand stop that we run on pretty much everything. 50 round drum, as big as it can get. The Seiken ZX rear grip, that's going to give you some gun kick control. It's going to kind of balance out the 5th attachment that we're rocking. This has the aiming idle sway on your SMG, does not matter at all. So this is essentially no con and just gets rid of a bunch of recoil. And then that's going to balance out the no stock that we're rocking. This is maximum movement speed. This thing is not anywhere near as bouncy feeling as a WSP9. This is going to allow you to run a lot faster, strafe a lot faster, sprint to fire a lot faster, and it is noticeably still accurate for those SMG distances that you're going to be using this thing at. And this thing can allow you to do something crazy, and it is, again, the fastest killing SMG. So this is your #1 SMG to use in the game. This is the number 4 pick in our top 5 close range class setups. On to number 3, the BP50 conversion kit. An assault rifle, yes, the BP50. I think this conversion kit dropped either a week or two ago, maybe even 3. This thing is relatively new. It is what it was in one of the weekly challenges. This turns the BP50 assault rifle into an SMG. It also gives it a 60 round mag. gives it a 60 round mag. You're very limited on what attachments you even can put on this thing. There's only 6 options available. So again, we're rocking the conversion kit, the TRSTIV grip tape. Again, going to give you a bunch of recoil control with no negative at all, and the aiming idle sway does not matter on your close range gun. The 9mm high grain rounds. The biggest struggle of this gun, the one thing that keeps it from being the absolute best gun in the game, is when the damage falls off after that 14 meters, it falls off a cliff. So outside of SMG distance, which again, this is your close range gun, you're supposed to be using it only at SMG distance. If you get caught shooting at somebody outside of that, it takes a lot of extra bullets to kill somebody. So this is going to push that range as far as possible, that extra 15%. ZEM compensated muzzle. This is a go-to classic on the close range builds. The negatives are very, very minimal, doesn't really slow you down too much at all, and gives you a chunk of recoil control, helps you absolutely laser people. I don't think the shortens radar pings pro is important at all. You got that. And then the 5th attachment, I am rocking the EXF solar flare laser. A lot of people are asking, what is this? I've never heard of this attachment. What's this attachment? Nobody uses this. The flashlight visible to enemies. If you can see here in the firing range, this is almost not visible at all. Like nobody, this is not making a difference. This is not a red laser. Like when you're ADS walking, there's not a red laser that's very easily visible. It's not a green laser that gives people free kills. This flashlight is pretty much unnoticeable. And it does give you, what does it give you? 16%. That's a lot. Gives you 16% sprint to fire, and again, next to no negative. It also has the aiming stability. It completely cancels out the aiming idle sway of the rear grip. So it's just going to give you some extra sprint to fire to, again, make this assault rifle even more SMG like. That is our number three meta option for your top 5 close range meta. On to number 2, the MCW. The MCW, again, another assault rifle. You throw the conversion kit on this thing, it turns it into a crazy SMG. The Jack Raven kit makes you do much more damage at close range, not as much damage at long range, and completely gets rid of a ton of the range. But again, this is your SMG, this is your close range gun. I found that both the BP50 and this gun pair beautifully with a sniper. If you like sniping, especially this more sniper that barely got nerfed, if you compare these to the sniper, it's nice. I don't like running 2 guns that use the same amount of ammunition, the same kind of ammunition. I don't like running 2 ARs. So if you compare these to the sniper, it's beautiful. You're never gonna have to struggle with ammo. But again, the MCW class setup, the Jack Raven kit, the 40 round mag, as big as it gets. That's the biggest downfall of this gun right now, is the 40 round mag. That is not that's not a lot. That's a 2, maybe a 3 piece if you hit every bullet with how fast this gun kills. All reliable DR6 hand shot for some more sprint to fire. That's probably the biggest drawback of this gun, besides the 40 rounds, is the sprint to fire is pretty slow for an SMG, so you do have to be ready for that. You do have to be slide canceling into engagements. The ZEM compensated muzzle, again, we're running that to get rid of a bunch of recoil with almost no negative. And then the second line Mammoth heavy stock or barrel is what we're running to extend that effective damage range, where this gun absolutely deletes. Because again, this thing is kind of like the BP50. Once it hits a certain range, it falls off a cliff. So this extends that range as much as you possibly can. And then before we get into the number 1 best class setup, the number 1 best SMG close range gun to use in the new season, don't forget, you guys like what I did there? Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you're not already. Aha, yeah, anyway, I'm so cheeky and clever. The number 1 best close range gun in the game right now came out of nowhere, came out of left field. Nobody even knows what this gun is. The DG58 LSW light machine gun. Yeah, you guys heard that right. The best close range gun in the game right now is an LMG. When you throw the conversion kit, the Jack Nightshade rifle kit onto this thing, it turns it into an insane CQC legend. This rifle can win almost any engagement in the right hands. This thing is insane close range. It has right now a ridiculously fast time to kill. This gun is broken. So if you're watching this video right now, I'm recording this May 2nd, the night of May 2nd. This thing's probably going to get nerfed very fast, just like the Renetti, probably within a week. So if you're watching this, make sure you use this now while you can. So the build that we are rocking, there are some options. There's a little bit of customizability with this, just a little bit that you can go with here. So you need the conversion kit. That's the most important part. Unfortunately, biggest downfall of this gun, 40 round mag again. That is still an easy free 3-piece. You can pop 3 if you don't miss too many bullets while using this gun. But yeah, you need the 40 round mag on it for sure. We're running all reliable, the ZEM compensated compensated flash hider muzzle. Can't run a barrel, laser, or underbarrel. I personally don't like the iron sights on this gun. They're not very nice. They're not very clean. They're the big, it's just blocky. Blocky is a really good way to describe it. It's pretty ugly. I do not like the iron sights, but I felt like these other two attachments were more important than a sight. We are rocking the 5GN tack comb. It's giving you extra sprint to fire speed, which again, this thing, it does benefit. Again, it is an LMG. It's a little bit on the slower side without these attachments, so these can help bring it down to a double-digit sprint to fire time. This also gives you a little bit of extra recoil control, which helps out a lot with how fast this gun kills. And next to no con, you're not using tack stance, and your aiming idle sway does not matter in a close range gun. It's also giving you extra hip fire, which is good for your close range gun. And then the fifth attachment here, the extended TP9 butt plate. Yeah, this thing's actually called the butt plate. Somebody named it that. This is giving you sprint to fire and recoil control. So with plus 1%, you can't see because the webcam's in the way, plus 1% ADS speed. So that's essentially nothing, essentially no cons at all. Very unnoticeable, giving you hip fire, recoil control, and sprint to fire, everything that you want. So I feel like all these attachments are more important than a sight. If you really just do not like the iron sights in this gun and you want to trade something, I would take off the muzzle. I would drop the muzzle for a sight. But this right here, this thing, go have fun using this now. You take advantage of it. If you're watching this video, you take advantage, use this gun before everybody else figures out that it's the best gun in the game. Because again, it drops ridiculously fast. This is with 3 plates. This is what it looks like in game too. This thing drops them ridiculously fast. This is the best gun. You are going to see some insane gameplays with this gun if they haven't already been uploaded. So again, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. If you want to see some of the best and craziest gameplays and the best class setups and best settings and tips and tricks, here is the place to get them. Let me know in the comments if there's any guns you guys feel like I left off the list that I should have included.